Shalom, I'm giving all praise here. How about Shem Al Shabbat Shem Rakakodah Shalom to the 144,000 rest elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video 5 Were Wise and 5 Were Foolish. That's from Matthew 25, and I probably will read some of that parable of the 10 virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. So now I have this video. But if our gospel be hid, the new doctrine, the first Edomite was black. So you got the comment section open up. Then you got the Phobiquinath. If this is actually Phobiquinath or some imposter, you know, whether it is or not, I'll say it is. I can check and whatever, ask. It says this Elder Quinath, peace, thank you. Thanks for your input. Well, it's not input, it's truth. It's truth. It's not what we teach is not an opinion. This is not a thing that we discuss on and let's meet somewhere in the middle. Either you have the truth or the truth is definite. The truth is perfect, is perfection. You know, like a woman can't be partially pregnant. Either she's pregnant or she's not. All right? Either it's daytime or it's nighttime, you know? You look up in the sky, you see the sun, you see the cloud, you see daylight, oh, we're in the daytime. That's facts, that's proof. Anyway, so it says they came out black, then elder. And no Israelite group teaches this. ISUPK doesn't teach it. I see why ISUPK used to get on you guys all the time. That was the spirit that was on them. Even IUIC doesn't teach this. Sakari doesn't teach it. The Wi-Fi, no Israelite group out there teaches that, except if they're associated with y'all. And this is a new thing. Show me a video 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, where you was teaching this. It says they came out black, then elder. You guys say the same thing. You have said the same thing. When did we ever say that Esau came out black? Never said that. Put the link in the room and let us talk about it, elder. There's nothing to talk about because you can't get it. You find them ignorant, then leave them ignorant. Let's have a sit down on it. First of all, I'm not going to try to I'm not putting it out there for you. I'm putting out there for the people out there that are in the truth, that they don't get confused. And they're not going to get confused anyway. Put the link in it. First of all, I'm not even set up to have a link. I don't have what do you call it? The camera they put in the computer. My mind fails me on that. But anyway, I'm not set up like that way. I'm not set up to go 4 hours of going back and forth on the scriptures, okay, which is entertainment to people, all right? This is the truth. Either you got to have the truth or you don't have the truth. It's definite. The truth is definite. There's no wiggle room for the truth. It says, put the link in the room and let us talk about it, elder. There's nothing to talk about. The scriptures also say this. It says, cast not thy pearls before swine. Our job is not to, okay, I see the guy can't get it. Because his grandmother's an Edomite. I'm not saying you, but his grandmother's an Edomite on his father's side. And she really took care of him when he was 12 up until he went to college. He was a success. He owes it all to his grandmother, which happens to be a so-called white woman. So his thing is, he wants his grandmother to be saved, just like Abraham wanted Lot to be saved. So he did the 50 righteous and the 10 righteous and all that. Ultimately, Lot was saved. So This guy, I'm just using this as an example. He wants his grandmother to be saved. He don't give a damn about Edomites. He just wants his grandmother to be saved. So he pushes the doctrine that Edomites could be saved. So a guy like that, I'll tell him, look, if your grandmother's an Edomite, she's going into captivity. All right. She's gonna get her ass whipped. She's gonna be working in the field, whatever the case may be. There's no ifs. If you're an Edomite and you're gonna have Jakes, you're gonna have black Edomites, meaning you're gonna have Edomites that mingle their seed among black, so-called black people. That's what tares are all about. The wheat and the tares that Yahweh Shai spoke about. I don't know if y'all noticed, but Herod, the Herodian dynasty, they look like Israelites. They look like Israelites. Because the father, which was an Edomite, Antipater, laid down with an Israelite woman. One of the descendants, I believe her name was Miriam, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe he laid down with the Ishmaelite woman. I have to go back to that history. But when you look up the word Antipater, he according to the, like I said, I hadn't gone through this in years. He had got with one of the descendants of the Maccabees line. Maccabees, Judas never had no children, but among his family. So the children came out looking like their mother, sort of their mother and their father. If the mother was super dark, the children came out, like your complexion. You got a mix there. He's closer to darkness than yourself, so you got more of a mix in there. So anyway, I'm just throwing you that example. Truth is truth. Truth. You can't be 90% true. You got to be 100% true. Can't be 80% true. That's what you call something being adulterated. So anyway, we're not going to come on no room and have no long, drawn out discussion for 7 hours or 4 hours or whatever. And nobody in the GMS is going to sit down and be a part of this madness. Now, so when I said, okay, put in the link, talk about it. There's nothing to talk about. It's my way or the highway, so to speak. Let's have a sit down on it. So when I see this, it's like, and he kept saying, my belief is that the original Edomite was black. My belief is that, meaning I'm not going to say, I believe the Most High. I know the Most High is coming back. I'm not going to say I believe that the Most High is coming back. So let me just go to the precept. And see, you know what? Let me do this. You got this guy, Vocab Malone, coming. He even rolled up on us. We dealt with it and had a little dialogue. But it's a complete waste of time dealing with Vocab Malone. Vocab Malone is gone. He's not Israel. He better hope he's an Israelite. But his thing is to try to save everybody. And he's got to get us to say it. And we're not going to say it. And we ignore that dude. We don't even, every once in a while I'll go to Vocab's page and see what he's saying, just to, do a counter to that video. But we're not going to sit down with Vocab Malone. We're not going to sit down with Sarnetta. Sarnetta came down to the camp a couple of times. He brought with him this guy. I don't even remember the guy's name. He's been out of the picture so long. Brother Polite accused us of raping little girls. Got the Bloods and the Crips on us. We're gonna get the Bloods and the Crips on you for raping little girl. Come to find out, while he was saying that, he was having a sexual relationship with his stepdaughter, Renintech, and got into her ear and caused her to leave her mother in New York to come to California to continue that sexual relationship that he said, this is my daughter right here. So he was dealing with a underage woman. I believe she was 14 at the time. Now, from what I hear, she's in the sex industry. There's a video up of her of a grown woman, and you can see that it's her. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope she went on with her life, got married, had kids, or whatever the case may be. I hope she's not in the sex industry. So, bringing it up to date, recently, he got sentenced, about a year ago, 7 years. Took a plea, so he wouldn't have to do 25. And come to find out, he sexually assaulted and drugged up one of his women's daughters, which I believe 13, 14 years old. And she, the woman, she sold out because they gave her, what was it, $25,000. So she agreed to that. And she said, I never knew you would do such a thing. What you mean you never knew? First of all, he had you butt ass naked with a damn dog collar on your ass with a bunch of people watching you. He had 4 or 5 different women. It was said that when y'all were walking down the street, in this one video, it was all the 4 of y'all hugged up on this guy. Y'all were coming, this is what I heard. I can't prove it, that y'all were coming out of the Floyd Mayweather's strip club, or whatever the name of the strip club is, which nothing but Jake women. You couldn't do that with Edomite women. That shit would be shut down. But the little 14-year-old girl was in a strip club. That's what I heard. I don't know if they let her in or what the case may be, but if that's the case, what in the hell is a 14-year-old girl doing in a strip club? But anyway, he said, I got to talk to your daughter on the side. And she said, oh, no problem. You mean to tell me that didn't come to your mind that this guy's a potential sex maniac? So that's what happened to him, man. The Most High brung judgment to his ass. And mainly, Captain Tazariak even said this, that judgment was brought to him because he came against the prophets of the Lord. And he was really talking about us. He was really talking about us. He was like a black Haman. And Haman is an Edomite. Haman wasn't no black man with red hair. All right? So anyway, let me do this. We're not going to sit down and dialogue. We haven't dialogue with Sarnetta. We haven't dialogue with Vocab Malone. They both had to come to us. We're just here to teach the truth. We're not here to let's reach a middle ground. Man, you can't be. No. We're not. It's either fucking yes or no. Let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. Well, my personal belief is some of the Edomites, my personal belief is Edomite came out black and they mixed with the seed. This is complete madness, man. And nobody, I'm going to tell you right now, not one member of the GMS is going to come online and sit down and have a 5-hour discussion with you guys about anything. The scriptures say, cast not thy pearls before swine. Like I said in the previous video, you are not of the elect. Give me a second. So, hey, like the scribes and the Pharisees, they used to come around questioning the Lord until he asked them about the question concerning, what was he quoted, Psalms 110, I believe. Psalms 110, I can go to it, where David said, matter of fact, let me go ahead and get it, and then I'm going to go into Matthew 25. Okay, Psalms 110. Just read the book of Jude, Quanath. You one of them guys that crept in unawares. You wasn't one of us. You wasn't a part of the elect. guys going around calling the leadership of Sakari, even though me and Sakari, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but they're Israelites. They're Israelites. Al-Azhar, Hassad, them are Israelites, man. They ain't no half-breeds. They ain't no Edomites. Let me see, Psalms 110. Let's see if I'm correct. Okay, yep, this is it. Psalms 110:1, a Psalm of David. Yahweh said unto, now if you notice, all caps is Yahweh. Yahweh said unto my Lord, meaning my superior, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Now, what was that? Ask a Christian. Christians don't even understand what this is about. Matthew 22, verse 44. The Lord said unto my Lord, Yahweh said unto my Lord, sit thou, make thy enemy my footstool, right? Acts 2:34. Okay? For David is not ascended into the heavens, but he saith himself, Yahweh said unto my Lord, my superior, sit down in my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Right? So a lot of Christians, period, don't understand what that's talking about. I don't even know I went there. I made a reference to it. Let's come back over here. I'm sorry. Let's come back over here. Oh, I said I was going to go to Matthew. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Scripture said, cast not thy pearls before swine. So whatever we gave you, first of all, you got the true knowledge from Barak and them. You got the correct knowledge from Barak and them. You got the knowledge that the 12 tribes of Israel, that the Edomites, the Lord is coming back. The name of the Most High is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. You got all that from the HODC, which is formerly of One West. So if you got with us, you would have got pretty much the same thing. The MOTB is a micro C hip. You would have got that. So for you, so this pattern of yours, of you, you in it, then you kind of broke off from them, then you kind of did a disappearing act for a year and change. Then you denied it. Oh, I never left. We were doing videos behind the scene. We don't got it. Then you were going out on the highways and the byways. Then you stopped going out on the highways and the byways. Then just recently, maybe 5-6 months ago, y'all did a video saying we're going to go back out on the street. We're going to go back out on the street, but we need donations to buy signs. You said that in one video. And what else? What else did you do? Oh, you did a video, and the video's still up, that you're no longer going to do it. I'm no longer with this. I'm not going to do this no more. I'm not going to be on video. Then, but 2-3 months later, you're back on video. As scripture says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You guys are completely unstable. Shah Sham said the other day, a couple of days ago, a week ago, or whatever, and the videos are still up. Oh, they're definitely black. Esau came out black. His sons and his daughters came out black. They're straight up black, but they got red hair. 2, some of them look like Europeans, and some of them mix their seed, and they spoil their seed, and they hide their seed. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is not the author of confusion. So I'm not going to partake into your confusion. All right? And nobody in the GMS is going to take, and you can say, see, they scared, they this, they that. We're just going to ignore you. Mosai said, in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai said, Matthew 10, from the 5th verse on down, it says, when you go into a city or a town, see if they accept your peace, and if they accept your peace, go in and sup with them and all that. And if they don't accept your peace, you shake the dust off your feet, for it is more intolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah than for the day of judgment to that city or that town. That means them people that rejected the apostles, they're here in America getting ready to eat a missile. So now let me go to Matthew 25. And I guarantee you're going to change it. You're going to be changing up the doctrine again. It says, first verse, right? Parable of the 10 virgins. Matter of fact, let me do it in the NLT. Let me see how it's read in NLT. Parable of the 10 bridesmaids, then the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 bridesmaids who took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. For the 5 who were foolish didn't take enough olive oil for their lamps. So they didn't have enough to keep the light going through the night. And that's y'all. Y'all took a little bit of it when you came out of when you was a part of the HODC, and then you kind of I got the light. I don't need y'all no more. And guess what? You ran out of light. That's why you're teaching these crazy bugged out doctrines. You got a lot of camps out there that watch the videos, or some of them watch ISBK, IUIC, GMS. Some of them got with them camps. Some of them make their own names. Disciples of the light, prophets of the doom, or the white man's, whatever. They get the fringes. They got the 12 tribe sign. A lot of them can't even break down the 12 tribe sign. It says the 5 who were. See, I'm not going to go to an insane asylum and have a sit down discussion with crazy people. You crazy. The 5 who were foolish didn't take enough olive oil for their lamps. And the oil represents what? This truth. But the other 5 were wise enough to take along extra oil. The oil represents this truth. And then you guys that bring out these doctrines, you don't even know the whole scriptures. If I ask you certain questions about I can give you random scriptures about prophecies. Well, you clueless on. You have no idea. That's why I said eat the whole roll, then go out and teach the house of Israel. When the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. That's talking about from the time Yahushua went back into the spiritual realm, us going into captivity, the Byzantine Empire, the 1800s, the Emancipation Proclamation up to the 60s, the black movement, the Black Panther, all that stuff that's the slumbering part. So when do we start waking up? When the Most High put the Spirit on us, certain men, to go out there on the highways and the byways. And you heard this word and got with it, and just like a newborn baby, you took notes. Now it says about it says lest being a novice, and you're still a novice. Least he come under the condemnation of the devil. You came under the condemnation of the devil. That's why you're lost. That's why we don't got to speak no more, and we're gonna speak. But you said 5 or 6 months ago you guys are gonna go back out, but we need donations to buy signs. So maybe nobody gave it the donations, or they gave it a donation and you pocketed that shit, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is you never went back out. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Anything you do is unstable. So why would I go to a completely unstable man and try to sit down and make him, make things make sense? You can't make things make sense to a crazy person. And you're spiritually crazy. When you had Lahab on, former elder Lahab, and he's bugged the fuck out. You had him on, and then y'all didn't have him on anymore. But he's teaching that Edomites can make it and other nations can make it. He told me himself about 3-4 years ago. I said, I heard you teaching that Edomites and other nations. He said, yeah. And I said, look, man, you going off, dude. So I'm face to face. It was this Arab gas station where you buy shit, Snicker bars and Coca-Colas and Newports and all that bullshit. And so when I came in there, when Lahab left, he said, what happened out there? You look like you guys are ready to fight. No, I wasn't ready to fight. Maybe Lahab looked at me that way. He called me the devil. He said, you're a demon, you're this. I told him, I said, wait a minute. I said, I just saluted you. I just said shalom. How can I be the devil? I just said shalom to you, man. But he's a complete bug out. All right? But you know why the Most High bugged him out? Because he came against me. And Most High bugged him out. He's not going to make it. I hope he makes it as an Israelite, but I don't see him making it, man. Do you see the bug outs over there? Why don't y'all fuck with the ICGJC? Maybe give them a little bit of fame. You say the ICGJC, who? What? Who's that? What's that about? They said, when the bridegroom, and I got a question for you. Quanath, Elder Quanath, whatever you are. What's your take on the MOTB, the Mark of the Beast? What's your take on that? I think you got that one right. I think you got it, but do a video on that. It says, when the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight, and we're in midnight. Midnight is the dawning of a new day. You got the night watch, right? Midnight is when Esau goes down, and the 1 second after midnight is when we come up. So that midnight, when it hits 6 in the morning, we're gonna be in the kingdom. At midnight, they were aroused by the shout. So we're in Esau's midnight, and we're in our rising. Look, the bridegroom is coming. That's us going out on the highways and the byways. Come out and meet him. All the bridesmaids got up and prepared their lamps. You woke up to the fact that you were Israelites, but you didn't realize that back in the previous life, 2,000 years ago, you took a little bit of oil or none at all. And it lit. Oh, see, I got oil. But an hour later, that bad boy went out. See, our oil stayed up. That's why, give me one time with GMS stopped going on YouTube. There was a point, what year was that? 2010 maybe, I don't know. That they cut all of YouTube cut all of the videos, the GMS videos, and I think most of all the Israelite videos. And I had to search for another site, and the Spirit led me to Daily Motion. So we went on Daily Motion, and then YouTube opened it back up. So now we got YouTube, we got Rumble, we got Odyssey, and there's many other platforms that you can go into. So a controversial video, I would put on, Odyssey or even Rumble. I heard Rumble's kind of getting flaky too. But that's our job, man. Our job is to give it its truth and to move on. Not to sit down and make. If I see you can't get it, I'm do a disappearing act. I'm not gonna sit down and explain every goddamn thing. Oh, like the grape doctrine. Y'all want me to really explain that grape doctrine? Give me 50 G's and I'll explain it. 50 racks and I'll explain it to you. Other than that, I ain't giving you shit. Okay, so this is what you're in. Let's sit down and discuss this and come across. Let's discuss this. I maybe could be wrong. I would never say that. I wouldn't say I could be. When did you ever say I could be wrong about this particular scripture? It says, then the 5 foolish ones asked the others. That's what you're doing. Come on and sit down and have a dialogue with us, and we can have a sit down, and maybe you'll make me see the light. You're not going to see the light because you have no oil in you. It says, please, matter of fact, this is what I'm going to title the video. Maybe 2 titles. You have no oil in you. Please give us some of your oil because our lamps are going out. So you're looking for answers. That's why you're making up shit. You're just making up shit. Like I said, I'm saying it again. Not one former One West or people that came up with that batted themselves after One West, any of those camps, not one of them is teaching that the Edomites came out black. You're the only one. And you're unstable in all your ways. But the others replied, we don't have enough for all of us. So we can't do no sit downs and break this shit down for the next 7 hours. You know, to make you see it. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to see it. Because you're not one of the elect. This is only for the elect. Let me say it again. This is only for the elect. If you're just a regular Israelite, then you're not going to get this. Your grandmama ain't going to get it. Your mama, your auntie, she ain't going to get it. When you go to family reunion, the majority of them ain't going to get it. This is only for a select group of people. And you got to qualify. You got to qualify to philosophize. Inside joke. That's what Lahab said to this Edomite named Sean. He said, this guy Edomite was in a Roman Catholic church. I'll get back to my subject. So the Edomite started saying, spouting all this information, inside information. And Lahab said, Sean, stop talking. He said, because you're not qualified to philosophize. It says, and you're not qualified to philosophize. It says, that's why you change your shit up. Confusion, bro. Mosai is not the author of confusion. This is confusion. Well, some of them. So if anybody we talk to, wait a minute. The guy you was getting on the Issacharite or whatever from Sakari, he could be, if you got a black father and a white mother, all of a sudden you're not an Israelite. So how do you know who an Israelite is? Shit, I could be an Edomite, I could be a Moab, I could be anybody, based on what your philosophy is. It said, but the others replied, we don't have enough for all of us. Go to the shop and buy some for yourself. Meaning you got to figure this shit out. You got to figure it out. This is why we don't dialogue with Vocab Malone. We don't dialogue with Sarnetta. We don't dialogue with anybody. We don't dialogue with the New York Times. We don't dialogue with Edomites. The only ones we dialogue with is the hopeful elect. But while they were going to buy, you try to figure this thing out. That's when the Most High gonna come and beam up the elect and leave you down here to be destroyed. It said the bridegroom came, then those who were ready went. What does it mean to be ready? What does it mean to be ready? That means you got this truth and you taught this truth faithfully and you didn't take any breaks. You didn't do a disappearing act for a year, 2 years, and then came back with a whole different doctrine. Then those who were ready went in with him to the marriage feast. We were beamed up and the doors were locked. Later, when the other 5 bridesmaids returned, they stood outside calling, Lord, Lord, open the door for us. Wait a minute, when we gonna get beamed up? We ain't getting beamed up. What's going on? We ain't getting beamed up. And that's gonna be a horrifying day. When you know you're still down there looking at some Edomites around you, the Edomites are looking up, Moab are looking up. They see Ephraim beamed up, Gad beamed up, Judah beamed up, Benji beamed up. And you like, damn, when am I going to get beamed up? Well, guess what? I got news for you, buddy. You ain't going to get beamed up because you're not part of the elect. Only the elect will be beamed up. But he called back, believe me, I don't know you. Look, who the F is you? You know how Jake say in the hood, who the F is you? So you too must keep watch, for you do not know the day or hour of my return. Now you got Israelite camps, like you got IUIC and I would think ISUBK. They're looking at this stuff with Russia and Ukraine and Israel and Rafah and the Iranian attack. You notice that the Israelis shot missiles on a consulate, Iranian consulate, and the Iranians, they shot back at them, and the Israelis didn't shoot again. You know why? Because they don't want no war. There's a reason why they don't want no war, because it's going to turn into a world war, Armageddon. They know that Russia's going to get involved. They go into a full-scale war with Iran. Iran is an ally to Russia. Russia has interest in Iran. And China has interest in Russia. And then that's going to involve the NATO nations, and that's Third World War. They don't want, Esau has enough sense to know that they don't want no Third World War, but they're going to get one. They're going to get one because of them small hats. Why do you think it's in the news that Biden and the commanders of the U.S. forces, they're not holding back, maybe they give it to them now, they're holding back the ammunition, the weaponry to the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, because they're saying we're going into Rafah. They say no, don't go into Rafah. They're going in. We said look, we go to Netanyahu says we're going alone. Ain't nobody want to back us up. We're going alone. Eventually, the U.S. is going to get involved. Lisa the flock should, draw them out. They're trying to buy time. They don't want World War III because that's the end of their system. But they're going to suffer World War III. And that's when the kingdom is going to come, the kingdom, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the kingdom is going to come back. The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. Another question for the Fopi, Elder Fopi, is your title, is do you believe that there's a hell? Do you believe that there's eternal hell? Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. So I'm not going to get no link. I'm not linked up to get on no link. I don't have the the camera for the thing. I'm not hooked up like that. I'm that way for a reason. Okay? Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next